Is Kyrie Irving right for changing his stance? Because as of today, Kyrie Irving has acknowledged because the hurt that he caused to the Jewish community when he promoted a movie containing anti-Semitic ideas, saying he meant no harm, and to prove he's serious, the NBA star says he'll donate $500,000 to fight hate. The 30-year-old Brooklyn Nets star tweeted a link to Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America last week. And despite almost immediate backlash, Irving refused to back down, standing by his actions. And we know that because when they had him on a panel and they were asking him questions, he was rebutting pretty damn well. But 2 days after posting the link to an anti-Semitic film, they're still up today. Here's what Kyrie Irving had to say, claiming that the post, a link to something, isn't promoting it. Some say that he was playing the victim. And they also say that he was accusing a journalist of dehumanizing him by simply asking about the situation. But we know that he was just trying to get Kyrie Irving to stick his foot in his mouth. But it didn't take him to stick his foot in his mouth for him to recant his statement. But on Wednesday, the Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving released a statement apologizing and announcing the large monetary donation. He said, I oppose all forms of hatred and oppression and stand strong with communities that are marginalized and impacted every day. This is what Kyrie said. He said, I am aware of the negative impact of my post towards the Jewish community, and I take responsibility. I do not believe anything said in the documentary was true or reflects my morals and principles. The seven-time NBA star continued. He said, I am a human being, learning from all walks of life, and I intend to do so with an open mind and a willingness to listen. So from my family and we meant no harm to any one group, race, or religion of people, and wished to only be a beacon of truth and light. But some say that Kyrie did not flat out say, I'm sorry, or really apologize, which has some people saying his statement and donation is not enough. Kyrie Irving stopped short of completely condemning the ideas in the movie, but it's certainly a big departure from his previous position. And we all know his previous position. He was standing on his square. But prior to tonight's announcements, Kyrie Irving was getting destroyed everywhere from on TV to social media, even at the Barclays. In fact, a group of fans posted Kyrie earlier this week wearing shirts that read, Fight Anti-Semitism, when they sat on the front row. So they basically threw him off his game. And if you go and watch that game, you can see he was threw off his game. He only scored 4 points. Brooklyn is home to one of the country's largest Jewish population. So he's already in a place where he's outnumbered. So his ass would have price to pay. That's just like you coming in the ghetto and you hollering the N-word, you would have a price to pay. But as for money, the Brooklyn Nets organization is also chipping in $500,000, bringing the total to $1 million. The organization says they'll divide the cash among causes and organizations that work to eradicate hate and intolerance in their communities. The team also says they'll work with the Anti-Defamation League, which fights anti-Semitism, to develop educational programs that is inclusive and will comprehensively combat all forms of anti-Semitism and bigotry. Woo. So at the end of the day, people, this is a quick video, but I'm hurt. And I'm going to say I'm hurt because of this. Because it seems that as black people, we can't and will not stand on our square. But at the same time, I do understand when you're up in a certain bracket of finance and you know that there's somebody over you that can take that finance from you, it will make your stance a little bit different unless you're a ride or die person. Unless you know, hey, I don't stand for nothing, so I won't fall for anything. But we know, as we know, black people stand for something and fall for everything. And that's why we wonder why the foot is always on the neck. This foot is going to stay on the neck if nobody stands, if nobody rides. If only the man that has nothing to lose ride, that makes no sense. Because the man that has something to lose, he doesn't ride. So therefore, that means we can't ride as a collective. So if we're not riding as a collective, we might as well shut the hell up and take whatever's given to you. No Vaseline. However you got to take it, you need to take it. But I'll guarantee you this. I won't take it. It was taught to me as a youngin'. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. So therefore, I do not stand for anything to happen to me, and I will not fall for anything to happen to me. Whatever my consequence be, well, let it be. It's just a consequence. And with that, at the same time, I'm going to say this. Nobody's coming at Amazon. Nobody's coming at Jeff Bezos, but they're coming at Kyrie Irving. But think about the Kanye situation. Yeah, they came at Kanye West, but also Adidas said, hey, we got to cut ties with him because they didn't want to have no dealing with him. Even though we know Kyrie has no ties and contracts with Amazon. So therefore, they're going to just come at him and say, hey, Amazon, they can't cut him loose. And from my research, I found out all Kyrie Irving did was post a picture about the movie. So, therefore, what was he wrong at? So you mean to tell me that all the gag artists on black people, we can't even post pictures, especially if we have a certain status, especially if we're in a certain money bracket? If we're in a certain money bracket, you mean now we can't say what we want to say? That makes no sense because you get in a certain money bracket so you can have some sense of power. So now that you get your sense of power, you still are just like a powerless person. So that don't make sense, black people. So what in the hell is going on with you? How do I get power, but I can't even say what the man that has less power and money than me say? That doesn't even add up. Here it is. You have a man that has way, way, way less than you. He's just a regular common folk, and he can say whatever he want to say because he has nothing to lose. But you made it from common folk to rich folk, and you can't say nothing you want to say, only unless you denigrating and talking about the demise of black people. And we could even take it as far as the takeoff situation. TMZ and them, they put it on their platform. Do you see anybody saying, hey, that's anti-black? You need to take it off your platform? Do you hear anybody saying, hey, TMZ, you need to pay into black organizations to fight black hate? They act like it's not a such thing as black hate going on out here. But we're going to say, hey, it's only anti-Semitism. You got the anti-Asian hate. And you've been had the anti-black hate from the beginning of America's existence. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but it angers me to a point that I just want to snap and wild out on this platform, but I'm not here to snap and wild out. I'm here to educate and still let people know you have to stand for yourself. You have to fight for yourself. Because if you're not going to fight for yourself when you know you're in the right, it's no need of you even calling yourself a man first and foremost. So that means you're still falling for anything. Your wife is going to look at you like, is this the man that's supposed to carry the torch for me? He won't even fight for himself. So you definitely have to fight for yourself. And that's just the bottom line at the end of the day. Money shouldn't be a thing that controls what a person has to say. Because if it does, you're done. If money controls what we have to say, that means black people have no say-so. And we need to just sit it down and stop talking all this because you're not rah-rah. If I have to stand up and say something and stand on my stands, and then 5 days later, somebody make me change my stands, make me kiss somebody's ass, and make me pay money for my stands of what I believe in, that means there's no freedom and equality. So we need to change our own mindset and say, wait, hold the hell up. Because right now, I'm still feeling like the slaves when they got off the ship, and it's 2022. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south, unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
Star Child, I never
seen the sunshine like this.
I never
seen the moon glow like
Hey yo, I never